What's going on, everyone? So, going into the back end of the season, 30 games left for the Lakers. I predicted that the Lakers would finish with 52 wins on the season and be the fourth seed. At worst, I figured anywhere from 2 to 4. I didn't think they'd get the number 1 seed just because, teams like OKC, stuff like that, they're younger, more athletic. But I figured, somewhere in the top 4, 52 wins, in that range. They were on pace to get my predictions correct. Look, at the end of the day, I care less about the predictions, right? Those are just fun. Those are just, a little like, hey, this is what I think could happen. Obviously, I didn't take into account that the Lakers would trade for Luka, right? That was never on the agenda, right? But nonetheless, right? Obviously, I'd love to get my prediction. At the end of the day, I care more about the health of this team as well as being in the best position possible to try to go compete and win an NBA championship. I still believe that is as a top 4 seed, so you at least get home court in the first round. You'd also be on the opposite end of the bracket from the Denver Nuggets, which I think is good for the Lakers. I do trust the Lakers more now to beat Denver with Luka than I did previously. But if you could wait till the conference finals to get the Lakers, particularly Luka and LeBron, a little time in the playoffs to adjust, right? Get a couple easier matchups in the first and second round. So that way Luka and LeBron kind of figure some stuff out in the playoffs. That would be ideal rather than having to just jump right into the Nuggets matchup. But look right here. As you can see on the screen, Lakers right now are currently the 5th seed, but they're half a game out of the Rockets for the 4th seed. Right, they are 2.5 games back of the 3 seed and 3 games back of the Grizzlies for the 2 seed. They're actually 2 games back in the loss column. Lakers have a ton of makeup games, particularly in March. So you look at the Lakers schedule, it is brutal. So Lakers start this season, return to action with the Hornets and the Blazers on a back-to-back. Then you get, a couple days off before you play the Nuggets, and then you get 3 days off before Luka takes on the Dallas Mavericks. That is going to be a ton of fun. That's not in Dallas. That's against the Mavericks, but I imagine Luka's going to ball out for that. The Timberwolves, right, you got on the 27th. Also worth noting, Luka is no longer on a minute restriction, but I do imagine he probably sits back-to-backs. Again, I don't know this for certain, just my guess, so don't be surprised about that. But then, again, you get into the end of February and then into March, and it is tough. So you got the Clippers back-to-back, not back-to-back days, but back-to-back games, which I hate that, right? Spread it out. It's so hard to beat any team. I don't care how bad they are, any team twice in, a 2-day span. But then you get these games against the Clippers and stuff like that. It's just, I don't like it. You've seen that with a lot of teams this year. Spurs, I've had a bunch of those too. It's just, I'm not a fan of that. Spread the games out a little bit, right? Give teams time to prepare and stuff. But I digress, right? Got the Clippers. Then you got the Pelicans. That's a game that you should win. Then you got the Knicks. Then the Celtics, which is going to be tough. The Nets. But then you got a back-to-back against the Bucks and the Nuggets in Milwaukee and in Denver, right? I don't know who decided that was, a great back-to-back. So they got to fly. They'll be on the road in Boston. Then they got to fly to Brooklyn. Then they got to fly to Milwaukee. Then they got to fly all the way back to Denver. Whoever made this schedule. But nonetheless, back-to-backs. Then you got the Suns and the Spurs again on a back-to-back. Then you got the Nuggets and the Bucks again on a back-to-back. This time they decided to switch it up a little bit. And instead of the Bucks and the Nuggets, it's the Nuggets and the Bucks, right? They were like, ooh, this, let's not make it this exactly the same. Let's not copy the homework. Let's change it just enough so it looks different, right? That's what that is. That's the definition of that. But yeah, so you got some really tough back-to-backs here, right? Then you got the Bulls and the Magic, Pacers and the Bulls again on a back-to-back. And then the Memphis Grizzlies on the 29th. Follow that up with the Rockets. Then you got a back-to-back against the Warriors and the Pelicans. Then the Thunder twice in a 2-day span. Then you got the Mavericks in Dallas on a back-to-back from the Thunder. And then you finish up with the Rockets and the Blazers, and then Lakers will get some rest. So this schedule is tough. It is brutal. But at the end of the day, look, Lakers, you got to do what you got to do, right? Schedule is your schedule. You got to show up, play the game. You got to show up and handle business, right? Beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. At least go 500 against the teams that, are hit or miss, right? And you'll win, 18 to 20 games, right? You'll be good, right? So it's tough, but this is going to be a good test for the Lakers, right? We're going to get to see what this team is really made of. Going to get a lot of back-to-back games. Problem is, it's a lot of wear and tear on Luka and LeBron. They're going to have to carry a ton. Luka, was dealing with injury earlier this year. He missed 6 weeks. Now you have LeBron, who he's been dealing with his foot issue. He is questionable at the time of recording this video. Obviously, things can change. But you also got to imagine the Lakers are probably not going to play both of them on the back-to-backs. So now LeBron might have to play a good amount of those back-to-backs just because LeBron still is in the conversation for like all NBA, all of the awards and accolades. So I imagine he's going to want to try to get those, right? Even like third team or whatever. I imagine he's going to do his best to try to get those. So that is something to kind of keep an eye on. But look, at the end of the day, you need a healthy LeBron. You need a healthy Luka. LeBron sat out of the All-Star game because he truly believes that he has a chance to win. If Anthony Davis is still on this team, I think he plays in that All-Star game. That's just me. Obviously, we have no way of knowing that for certain. But you've seen the difference in LeBron. You've seen how LeBron has responded since they went and traded for Luka. I think LeBron genuinely believes they can do this thing. I think LeBron genuinely believes, we have a chance here. We can pull this off, right? And so I think that LeBron, if he feels like, if he's like, hey, I need to rest so that way, I could see him saying, forget the accolades. I want to win a championship, right? If that makes sense. I could see him where with Anthony Davis, I think he tries to play as many games as possible so he can get the accolades and all that stuff. But now that he's got Luka, and now that I think he really believes that he can win a championship, I think he'll approach this as if I can manage it and I'm good, I will manage it and I'll be good. But if I start feeling like, hey, I need the night off, I think he'll take the night off where he may have played otherwise. Right? Also, I think it depends on how the Lakers continue to play and stack up. Right? If the Lakers continue to win games and win games without him, then that makes it easier for him to make those decisions, right? Like if Luka's able to play and they win these games and then, say they do sit one of the back-to-backs where Luka and LeBron don't play and both of them sit, right? And the Lakers still manage to win that game. That now takes pressure off of Luka. That takes pressure off of LeBron. Now the two of them can kind of, now that they don't have this sense of like, oh man, we got to play the next back-to-back because, we can't win when we both sit, right? Where the Lakers have shown that they can win without LeBron and Anthony Davis. Well, can you win without LeBron and Luka? Right? So you're really going to be reliant on all these other guys. You got to continue to stay healthy. You need guys to continue to perform and play well. If guys can stay healthy, Lakers are there. Right? You get into a top 4 seed, Lakers are there. Right? It's all going to be a process in the end. You got to take it a day and a game at a time. But this is good, right? At the end of the day, it comes down to everyone else, though. We know what Luka and LeBron are going to bring to the table. We know what Luka and LeBron can provide to this team. But can the other guys continue to perform to the level that we need them to perform? Can the other guys continue to, play well and work hard? Can Reeves stay consistent? And, can Jackson Hayes be that center that we need, right? And provide the role necessary to kind of keep us afloat? Can Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt, can they be those defensive anchors? Jordan Goodwin, can he continue to shine and, be a real standout for the Lakers, right? Like, can Rui continue to hit shots and be an offensive weapon, right? Like, you go down the list of these guys, Gabe Vincent, can he continue to perform the way he's performed with his three-point shooting and defense, right? The intensity, the energy, the effort, it's got to be there, right? And I really love what we've seen from JT Redick and so on. Lakers are in good shape. Lakers are in very good shape. But job's not finished. Still a lot of work ahead. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.